Hey guys, J-Games here again. This week, what if Goku was Shazam? So basically, in this what if, well, is kind of Goku is Shazam. If you guys don't know who Shazam is, basically it is, well, it stands for something. Well, first, Shazam is a DC hero. Also goes like Captain Marvel or Mr. Marvel, whatever you want to say. But yeah, so Shazam stands for basically the Wisdom of Solomon, Strength of Heracles. He's Stamina of Atlas, Power of Zeus, then I forgot if it's optimism of Achilles or courage of Achilles. I'm pretty sure it's courage of Achilles. Then speed of Mercury. So, yeah. Now, wisdom of Solomon grants the ability of, I believe it would be hypnosis and knowledge basically every language on Earth. I think I left a paper about this somewhere. Hold on, let me find it. But yeah, so wisdom of Solomon, so super awareness, hypnosis, in every language. Basically, just every known language of aliens, so to say, humans and aliens. Every known language on Earth and every known language of, well, I guess, just, I guess for Dragon Ball, they include Namekian, what if any other alien speaks it, technically? That may even include the divine language that angels and maybe even some destroyers speak. I honestly say it puts its intelligence probably on par with maybe an angel, but probably like a rather recent one. Like I would say a younger one would be Margarita, maybe her, but she's still probably millions of years old, so probably even billion at that. But I'd put the intelligence of probably Solomon if it would be inhabited by someone in Dragon Ball Z beyond Kami, but probably on par with the Destroyer. Maybe because Beerus' knowledge dates back 75 million years ago, probably even beyond that. So maybe a destroyer at the best, and in some occasions maybe an angel. But for now, I'd probably highball Goku at maybe a destroyer like Beerus. The Heracles basically just gives Goku enhanced strength. That's why I prefer Goku basically. Well, as a kid, I'd put him at lifting probably around 200 tons or maybe even more than that. And then Stamina of Atlas basically just kind of gives him limitless stamina, but also self sustenance, and super metabolism. Then Power of Zeus basically makes him immune to magic. He also does Rock of Eternity, so yeah, that's one thing. But I'm kind of removing the whole thing where basically where the whole thing we can't leave for 24 hours. He doesn't have that. And it kind of boosted up to basically well I would say that there has to be someone with a power of Shazam to stay in there for a little bit to keep it well. So you don't have to recreate it because it does take a lot of key to recreate this thing. If it's left without someone power Shazam, it would take like few days to recreate it. Like you know how Elder Kai takes forever to unlock your potential. It would take forever to basically construct a whole yes fortress. Like they can travel across dimensions or realms. So it would take forever to do that. Even because it travels across the realms, and you have to forge out your own key and magic. You also just get the ability of magical lightning or magic in general, and you can use that lightning to heal yourself too. Courage of Achilles, basically just invulnerability and just amazing optimism. So speed of Mercury basically gives you natural flight. And then for Goku, he's 230 million times faster than light. So for this kid Goku, I'm gonna put him at the best, maybe 15 million times faster than light for Kid Goku. Yeah, so Kid Goku honestly finished up Korn's training, even it's like after like the Red Army thing. He finished up training with Tao, not training with Korn and everything. Instead of going to Baba, well, he'd be on his way there, but would fall into mainly kind of like a sand cave. In this cave, he basically finds himself surrounded by these many statues, around 6 statues, and they each have a label on their chest by the name of, well, 3 of them had the label on the chest of Kami, 3 of them had the label of Destroyer. So yeah, the Destroyers happen to be, well, Zeus, Heracles, and Atlas. So yeah. Then the Kamis happen to be Solomon, Achilles, and Mercury. These are the first 3 Kami and the first 3 Destroyers. They worked in tandem. Well, they weren't. Well, the Destroyers probably outrank. Outrank. I mean, probably just outdate Earth. But I guess in the afterlife they kind of found similarities in each other and they kind of just conjoined to create something that could protect their universe. So yeah, this would be someone who can inherit not very little, but bits of their abilities. Or actually, well, just so Goku isn't too broken, inherits too many abilities of a destroyer. Basically, the destroyers are Solomon, Atlas, and Mercury. Then basically the Kamis are Achilles, Zeus, and Heracles. Boom, right there. That works. This is basically just raw power of a kami and raw knowledge and natural ability of a destroyer. So yeah. But Goku would basically, when he fell in this cave, when he looks at basically just like, I guess, not looks, but when he sees the labels on him, he's kind of confused. But Goku, well, he's pretty dumb, but he has an amazing power of ki, amazing high heights and potential, and an all around amazing soul. And plus, he's currently one of the strongest beings on Earth, so it works. So with this, Goku is then actually, well, he looks at the statue being crumbling, being glowing with light, and this light would basically shoot into Goku. As they shoot into Goku, well, basically, he would basically end up absorbing these lights, and, well, he would pass out. He wakes up around the end of the Baba arc, and when he wakes up, he would stand up and look around, realizing he's a lot bigger, a lot taller, everything. Looks down, seeing himself in a red suit, with a yellow lightning bolt on it. Then begins zooming around at max speed, realizing he's a lot faster. He looks behind him, seeing the after images of him, well, thinks they're cloned until they just appear after like a few minutes, realizing those are after images. Then he began running around even faster, and then he reached top speed to a point where even time had slowed down. When he walks around like this for like around 20 or so minutes, time resumes. Well, for him it's 20 minutes. For the world, it was basically just at a complete halt. Or for them, it was only around a second, but for him, it felt like 20 minutes. So, yeah. So, with this, well, Goku basically just decided to go and, he decides to go to Baba. His power is honestly, out of control for him. And he gives this Goku roughly a 100 time multiplier. Which of course training, he's around 125, I believe. So 125 times 100, that's 2 zeros. So 1 0, 2, yeah, 12,500, man stacked. So yeah. So at around 12,500, Goku, 12,500, Goku just kind of makes it way to Baba. So on his way to Baba, he eventually gets up there, and actually kind of just told her that he knew this whole tournament thing, but he needs her to train him. Because one thing he starts with the lightning bolt saying, "This isn't ki, I don't know what this is." And he doesn't know why he felt like he needed to go to Baba, it was just instinct, honestly. But honestly, just getting deep down, the Shazam powers bring out his intelligence. We're here that Baba is a magic user. And his body just knew this was magic. So without him knowing, he had the instinct to go to a magic user. Also, this was magic, and said she'll teach Goku magic, but he may miss the tournament. With Goku's raw intelligence of a destroyer overwhelming his want for battle as a Saiyan, well, he actually says he's willing to miss this tournament. Actually, he doesn't miss the whole thing. He's a very fast learner. He's Goku. Eventually, he will learn basically everything that Baba could teach him. At least in this instance. She wanted him to at least watch like the last match of the tournament. She wanted to be a little generous, so this kid actually be very polite and actually, useful. So Goku eventually will reunited at the tournament, around just time for his match, but he couldn't sign up. But Tien actually announced that he wanted to fight Goku for himself, to see if this guy was really Roshi's #1 student. Then Goku then said, "Wait, hold up. I should make it a fair fight." Goku yelled Shazam, and then turned back into a kid. As basically Baba identified the votes of the few kamis, but then, eventually he kind of got knowledge of King Kai on what these kamis did in the afterlife. So Jet told the names of the other, gods. Then how King Kai just said, "Just say Shazam." Then we'll tell Goku to say Shazam, and, it worked. So Goku just yelled Shazam, and he learned how to say it because of Baba. So yeah. Yeah. But Goku basically ended up being not trained, but kind of fought Tien in the tournament. And at this form, he's roughly about equal to Demon King Piccolo. So, yeah. Honestly, because using magic, he had the idea to strengthen it with ki. So, this magic is now just, not even until you're magic based. Yeah. By the time he had finished actually, beating Tien Shinhan, eventually he sensed Tambourine arriving, and he learned how to sense ki just through the abilities of destroyers. Also, he will not get God Ki, his body cannot handle it. So, his body is more or less keeping his God Ki dormant in the, electrical symbol on his chest. If his body can handle godly Ki, he will end up attaining God Ki. Also, one thing, his Shazam power cannot be passed down through DNA. So if he has Gohan, he'll have to give Gohan Shazam powers. Gohan will not be born with speed of Mercury or anything. Goku will have to willingly give it to him. Cell in this one will not matter at all. Not at all. Goku can beat him with literally no effort. I'm telling you that right now. Cell will not even be a problem for him. Man can stack his power by levels. Pause. So yeah, but Goku gets sent to Tambourine, and eventually, well, he's sent to Tambourine behind Krillin. So yeah, and Krillin actually being the only one, I don't even think Krillin was in the tournament for Baba. I forgot that a lot of the arc, honestly. So if Krillin was there, well, he takes all the matches of Goku. He did end up losing a lot of the matches, but, well, Baba ended up getting a few tips right as he would need to leave. So Krillin's a bit stronger. Not enough to beat Tambourine, but still a bit stronger. But Goku arrived right as Krillin's actually about to be killed by Tambourine, because he fought off Tambourine a little bit. Goku arrived immediately, just kind of grabbing Tambourine by the head and just crushing it completely. Goku's body is actually a bit bigger, his Shazam form had a bit of impact on him. Because I'm not even, referring to, the DC versions of, these gods. I'm just referring to what I know them from. So basically, Atlas was just a gigantic titan that held up the earth. You can guess how big he was. Goku's body is obviously just a bit bigger. In the Shazam form, he's roughly about the same size that I would say maybe Whis, but the man is stacked in muscle. He's about as buff as Piccolo is, but then at the height of Whis. And Whis, I believe, is a bit taller than Piccolo, 7'6" maybe. And then Piccolo's 7 foot regularly. But yeah. So it goes to 7'6" with just 10 pounds of muscle on. We're not even 10 pounds, hundreds of pounds of muscle on him. So yeah. And then we should go on past this. Pretty much nothing. If you guys hear any noise, my roof is getting swept. So if you guys hear anything, that's that. But yeah, then Goku's kid form, he's roughly about, he's not that big. This point he's 16, so I'd put him at probably around maybe 5'7". So almost as big as he is as an adult. So Goku's a lot bigger, and he kind of just grabbed him by the head and just crushed it completely. Goku looks how he does, basically just after Kami's training. He's even about almost close to that level of power, too. That was honestly just only through sheer magic training. Alright, but, yeah. Goku had eventually just gone on to, well, fight, kind of just going and finding every one of every one of King Piccolo's demons and killing them all by himself. Him and Yajirobe fight, but Yajirobe is easily manhandled by Goku. And Goku doesn't call Yajirobe tough, he honestly just says Yajirobe is decently powerful for most people he's fought. Not tough, but he's strong. Then, well, Yajirobe says this is the strongest foe he's ever seen. Even stronger than that demon. And then, well, we should go past this now. On to Goku when he basically has to go and, I would say, fight against King Piccolo. King Piccolo's a wish for youth, but Goku's about as strong as him when he was young. So him and King Piccolo kind of just swap hands. King Piccolo, well, isn't able to keep up with Goku. Goku just honestly has a lot more raw power, but King Piccolo has a lot more technique on him. So yeah. So Goku would eventually basically just use every ability possible. So when you use basically every ability, well, not every ability. King Piccolo basically just goes all using technique, and Goku just realizes the technique is not just his one weakness right now. Leader smirks as he channels in basically one attack using the ki, and allowing Bolt to turn his fist as kind of basically use a mimic Chidori and slams it right into King Piccolo's chest. You know how Kakashi on that guy in the chest of Chidori and kind of blew a large explosion? It's kind of what this attack does, but times 1,000. And with this, well, King Piccolo spits out an egg, but a lot slower. His thing spit it out, honestly just went straight at Goku's head. Goku then caught it, and then was questioning about what to do with it. But then he's caught up with Kami's lookout, he just jumped as high as he can, landing up there. And Kami was just shocked that Goku could jump that high. Then next about the egg to say he could steal it, but Goku honestly has enough. Well, he's still a bit dumb, but basically says, no, this is a child, he should probably be blamed for the sins of his father. So yeah. But eventually with this, Kami's this child is a demon, born a demon. Then Goku then says, I don't care. Don't the sins of the father and the sins of the son. At this, I'll raise it. And, well, I'll raise it up here just so you can know that that can be trained to be good. And so Kami then says, fine. I'm giving it 2 months. Well, 2 months after it hatches. If it shows no signs of emotional change, then it's sealed. For good. Goku says, sure. Or I can just kill him and become Kami. This is Kami's this one Goku says, yep, thought so. So Kami can push the date of 2 months back to around 6 months. And, well, long story short, Piccolo hatches, 3 months later, he's good. And then the whole 6 months happens. Well, after 2 whole years. Yeah. Goku had finished training young Piccolo, and Kami kind of finished prepping Goku's abilities to become, well, Kami. Goku absorbed all the abilities of our regular Kami, but then we'll also gain every bit of knowledge he had about Earth, but Goku already had all that knowledge. He has knowledge of a destroyer. So, Goku also found a way to basically just master Shazam abilities, and we'll realize that he basically has non-mortality in this form. Basically, immortality, which means he doesn't age or anything. So, doesn't age physically or even chronologically. Well, he does age chronologically, everyone does. But, well, he doesn't show any signs of aging at all. Like he still looks like he's in the early 20s, maybe. So, in the time, he doesn't just train to his max ability. And he's training there for roughly around a whole 2 years, leaving Piccolo to train with Kami the whole time, and Kami and him bonded. I remember Kami's considering becoming one whole being again, as Piccolo shows to be just basically the exact same as him now, just not as intelligent. But eventually, Goku had the time to rep for 2 years, and I spent this whole time mastering his abilities, the max ability, even his magic ability mainly, because he's not that good with magic. But still, when he left the time chamber, well, he's roughly about the level he is, I would say, well, probably in the Ginyu Saga, just to kind of keep this story somewhat powerful, but also still decent. Like, not too powerful, but also the story can have some bit of struggle for him. It's roughly 130,000 in base form, then times 100. So, 1 0 would make that 1 million, 2 zeros. He's on 12 million or so in Shazam form. So, we can beat basically just most forms of Frieza. We can beat most forms of Frieza in Shazam form. And, well, after the 2 years are up, actually, by 2 years, well, I know I said 2 years in there, because that'd be, hold up, let me check this real quick. He'd have been in there for 730 years. No, I'll give him at the best, maybe, at the best, I would say, like, what's the distance between Z and, OG and Namek Saga? Like, we have Gohan's birth, which is 4 years. Well, actually, at this point, it'd be 2 years. And then, well, it took Piccolo 6 months to become good. Well, it took Piccolo 3 months to be good, then another 3 months for Goku to say Piccolo doesn't need him anymore. But then, another 6 months, and then 3.5 years. Then 7.5 in total, but then another 8, right? 8. A little, around 8 years and 7 months in total for Goku. It took him around that many years, so he can stay in there for like probably a week and a half, and be on the level that he was probably in the Ginyu Saga. So yeah, a week and a half. He stays in there, he emerges, and the man is stacked in power. He's the 12 million Shazam form from there. So he's staying there for a whole 2 years in real time. Screw that. But then 2 years in there may not be as versatile as I thought. But yeah. But now Goku, when he emerges, well, roughly around the same size as maybe Nappa. Just not as buff. So yeah. So now with this, we should go on past that, on to basically just the tournament. But Piccolo at the best is maybe roughly around 1,000. Compared to Goku, who's in the 100,000s. So, yeah. Goku go stomp him into the dirt with just the maximum amount of disrespect. Yeah. But then after this, we can probably go on to maybe, So yeah. I guess we can probably just talk about, but in the 4 years, Goku does have a brain, but also promise to marry Chi-Chi. He's actually able to convince her something else. Well, first, he actually convinced Bulma to actually date him, as her and Yamcha are going through a rough patch currently. She even admits that Goku's a lot more attractive. So he convinced Chi-Chi and Bulma to get along, but also convinced them to both date him. So yeah. Eventually, when Gohan was born through through Chi-Chi, kind of just Bulma actually trying to work, but Goku also trying to help her with work because he wants to understand technology a bit more than the world at this point, because he already knows everything about the world. So in these 4 years, Goku eventually had also returned up to Kami's Lookout to actually become Kami. And spent roughly around a whole of 2 days building the Rock of Eternity to travel even faster than usual. Yeah. So eventually Goku had actually finished, making this, Rock of Eternity, and realized that, he can travel across basically anywhere. So he even traveled to King Yama by accident, saying, sorry, you just trying to travel around planets, not realms. But this time he met King Emma, and him and King Emma talk. Which she led Goku going to meet the wizard Shazam. Because, well, these destroyers and colonies all fuse in one being. Goku talked to them, and, well, they're really powerful. Exceptionally powerful. But they told Goku that a lot of their latent abilities are locked in basically this electric thing in Goku's chest. Until he's ready, the lightning bolt will stop sparking, and that was also when it stops sparking that Goku's ready to obtain all their abilities. All he has to do is, well, say Shazam, and let it hit him directly in the chest. Or, if he's in this form already, just say Shazam and let it hit the lightning bolt. And the lightning bolt that should hit him will be purple, and that should unlock all his latent abilities. Including Destroyer Key, along with basic God Key. So yeah. So Goku just trains his ass off with Gohan eventually, and even all the Z-Fighters, something that they need to be more powerful as well. But, well, he actually extended his, basically, range of, well, key sensing, roughly around 3 planets away, so he can't sense, like, any one of Frieza's forces, but he can sense a little bit of like, basically, animal life and everything. So, yeah. After Goku had, well, been attending the Z-Fighters for these whole years, well, the weakest one being Yamcha is actually on par with Raditz, so they show something. The strongest one is actually, well, I'd say Tien Shinhan, but right behind him is probably Krillin, who's close to being equal with him. No, Tien Shinhan's roughly around 14,000, with Krillin being around 13,200, so pretty close up there with Tien. Goku had also met King Kai, and him and King Kai just trained their maximum abilities, so, well, not him and King Kai, well, Goku kind of just brings Gohan there occasionally, and then, well, Gohan just trains with King Kai a little bit. Well, first, Goku had trained Gohan a little bit, like, with, like, basically just raw ability, so Gohan can withstand 10 of gravity, but his maximum would be 15. So with this, Gohan is also been tutored by Goku, as Goku has this intelligence on basically in the history of beings, besides maybe Shin, Kibito, Beerus, and Whis. Maybe with the exception of those 4, he has the greatest intelligence in his universe. Like he's top 5, which is enough. So he knows every language in the galaxy, including the divine language. This is all he needs to say. He just knows the divine language. But yeah. So with this, Goku would just honestly, well, how do I phrase this? Well, after going to King Kai's training, Gohan is roughly around 12,000. We can go on the third strongest Z-Fighter, or at least the human. Well, because he kind of counts as a human due to just his, has half human side. Yeah. So I would say probably Piccolo's strongest non-human Z-Fighter besides Goku, who's roughly about, I would say, Piccolo's roughly on, I would say Great Ape Nappa level, so 40,000. But yeah. So we should go on to, we should go on now to basically Raditz arriving, but when Raditz arrives, he also like, events all these power levels, and Scudder shatters at scanning Roshi. Like, it taps out at Roshi, and Roshi's around maybe 11,000. Yeah, and this is just Buff Roshi sparring with Krillin. That's all it is. Just Buff Roshi and Krillin sparring. Yeah. So then finds out a few others, and one he finds that's nearest is actually Kid Gohan. Kid Gohan happens to be in the mountains, just honestly punching the air at rapid speeds. And Gohan, what little Scouter can still do, it finds Gohan roughly around maybe 900. And as instructs a kid this strong, he says, "Boy, what's your name?" Addressing him the tail, he then says, "I'm son Gohan." And this rat says, "Do you have a father named Kakarot?" Gohan says, "No, I have a father named Son Goku." Suddenly Goku here on Reddit saying, "So what if my name is Kakarot? What's it to you?" Goku is aware of what a Saiyan is. He actually despises him. He's aware he is a Saiyan, so he's aware of his birth name. In these years, he scripted a lot of things on himself because he became Kami. So yeah, plus he kind of just traveled through basically any realm possible, even kind of just flying through the Kaioshin realm. The who Goku is, the man's powers echoing across the universe. Only divine beings know who Goku. Even Whis says Goku on his radar because Goku has latent destroyer potential in him. But yeah, so Goku would eventually just nonetheless just like Raditz' brother saying, "You're Raditz, huh? Yeah, mom and dad said something about me finding you, but you're willing to kill a child right now, I can tell. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're a useless brother. Willing to kill your own nephew." Billy Raditz says, "It's just my nephew, huh?" Raditz immediately grab Gohan by the neck, but Gohan just kicked him like straight through 3 mountains, saying, "Is that my uncle? Because you said that I'm his nephew." Goku says, Never mind him. Goku basically just beating the mess out of Raditz in his base form, like kind of canceling out Shazam and just going to go ham on Raditz. And by the time he's done, he has Red Arms by the neck, holding him up. And Vegeta can hear Red mumble saying, "The scouter's about to explode on my face. It's tapping out. 8, no, 9. Before he can finish anything else, Goku fires off a large ki blast, completely incinerating Raditz' body. With this, well, before Raditz even knew it, Goku had actually grabbed the scouter and immediately repaired it easily. He repaired it with one hand, not even using any tools, just putting it right together by using electricity to fuel it again. When he's done, he ends up hearing Raditz' voice saying, "He's headed to Earth, then." Son Goku just smirked before actually kind of superintending the scouter at home. First thing he did is actually kind of just zap it out and just turn it off. Then after kind of messing with it for a bit, he eventually able to actually kind of kind of cancel out any kind of just how do I phrase this? Any sign of basically just transmitting to the Frieza Force. Literally just like a Earth-made scouter now. Goku and Bulma even work together on it to basically just enhance it by its max ability. So by the time they're done, Goku kind of passes out scatters to the Z-Fighters, telling them this should kind of just calculate their own power, but also anyone around them. It taps out at roughly around 10 million. So, yeah. Now with this, they put it on Goku, and it puts it in the 100,000s, and the strongest one among them being Tenshinhan at 14,000, and they didn't know that Goku was that powerful. So, yeah. So now with this, we go into a year later, and when Jampa arrived, or actually the Z-Fighters surrounding them, they asked how they knew they were coming. That's when Goku says, I took Raditz' scouter and fixed it. So the one guy said that it should take you 1 year to be on Earth, you kind of can just guess where you'd land. And just from me briefly sensing where you were, I determined here. And immediately, Piccolo had arrived, and roughly looks like a green suit. Piccolo says, "How do you walking this thing? It's tight as hell." So Goku says, and it's supposed to fit. Give it like a few minutes. You guys are wondering why Piccolo's wearing a green suit? Goku had shown Piccolo the wisdom of Solomon. That's as simple as that. Let's Piccolo had actually used Kami to enhance his knowledge. Kami was trying to sit around the tower just bored, dying of old age. Then Piccolo ended up absorbing him, and then now Piccolo is already just stacked fused. Piccolo in base form now surpasses Goku, which is in form. Well, compared to Goku's 100 times multiplier, he gets roughly around 80 times multiplier. So yeah, so he was 80 times, Goku's 100 times. So Goku's stronger. Plus, Goku also being training and like kind of just him being training in like basically the time chamber the whole time, like. And like he gave Piccolo and Gohan abilities of Shazam, then went in the time for 365 years. Now the time this man emerged, the man is stacked in power. But only in training only his base form. Which did make him like leave a lot. Because he can't combine Shazam in base form. He can only just kind of just share. Like, base is my normal form. His normal form ages, his Shazam form doesn't. So he's only training his base form just actually enhances his Shazam power. So, with him leaving constantly, I put him at roughly maybe 200 total years in the time chamber. Plus, also, actually, him strengthening his body itself, not even his ki. Well, I'd probably put him close to the level he is in the Buu Saga. Because his body isn't invincible, but still the man trains insanely hard. So, Buu Saga Goku in Super Saiyan 2. That's roughly his tap out in power. And that's his base form without any Super Saiyan abilities. Only Shazam. So, yeah. So Goku basically will kind of just I think he's in billions actually, because I believe Buu Saga Goku is 60 million, and then that's times 100. So hold up, yeah, he is 6 billion in base, but then he can go up to 600 billion in Super Saiyan in Shazam form. And I'm not gonna give him Super Saiyan. There's no need for him to have Super Saiyan. This man can already mop Cell in his base form. Like, Cell can go all out, and Goku is still one-tapping him in base form. There's no need for anything else. Plus, basically, the man's base can't be penetrated in his Shazam form. He's invincible. But yeah. So with this, so we should now go on to Vegeta and Nappa trying to fight the Z-Fighters. All Z-Fighters have been training as hard as they can with Piccolo, and go on. Gohan was actually gifted the courage of Achilles, because Gohan seems to be a pretty cowardly kid. Not anymore, but he's a little more very hesitant. So Gohan's courage is basically through the roof at this point. It's amazing. Gohan's suit is purple, and then Piccolo's is green. So yeah. Piccolo, wisdom of Solomon. Gohan, courage of Achilles. Now this Gohan. He's roughly around 15,000. but then if he, unless you know, I'd give Gohan maybe 17,000. So in base form, he's awfully close to Vegeta. But then it would take great Vegeta to even get closer to Shazam to go. You know, Gohan gets the 80 times multiplier. So, hold up. Gohan's just around 1.3 million. Then Piccolo is, around 5.4 million. So, they're both insanely strong compared to at least one form of Frieza. Not like first form Frieza, but at least they're compared to at least one of his forms. So, yeah. So, so, but yeah. So now with this, we should go on to Goku when he would probably, first Gohan beats up Vegeta. Vegeta tries to beat Gohan, and Gohan would just use a bit of that King Kai training to mimic his own Kaioken, as he's been focusing on Shazam lately. So he's kind of go in like a false form of Kaioken, puts himself to roughly around to 18,000 base form, where he does beat Vegeta actually, because he has better skill than Vegeta. Then Vegeta tries to use Great Ape himself. But then Gohan just goes into Shazam and almost then shoots a hole clean through Vegeta by just flying through him. As he flew through him, he kind of just grabbed himself from behind and just tore it clean off. When Piccolo stared down Nappa, saying, "Do you really want to fight me, Nappa?" Nappa was questioning how Piccolo knew his name. But when he tried to, Piccolo's trying to just hold a hand up. Not even a hand, probably just like a single finger, and just turned him to dust. Piccolo says, "I was hoping I didn't have to do that, but you forced my wrath." Goku smirking, saying, I guess they weren't that strong. His Goku planned to be all like serious and menacing, like he usually acts. Like he kind of tried to act how he did a Raditz, but didn't. So yeah. So guys are wondering about Goku's whole like Rock of Eternity thing. He's willing to rebuild it. He has a lot of free time. But Vegeta eventually will honestly kind of read it on everything about Frieza, what he's trying to do there. And then when Goku had his mind, when Goku read Vegeta's mind, the whole kind of everything about Vegeta currently is the same. It's just Vegeta isn't able to escape. Goku instead, hypnotizes Vegeta. He learns building his base form. When he hypnotizes Vegeta, Goku kind of erase any malicious intent. Actually, kind of rewriting Vegeta's mindset, hypnotizing. He kind of rewrote it. Once it was intent on getting Goku's help and leaving if he said no. But then, just kind of just training to face off Frieza. And now Goku, with Goku willing to help him, Vegeta's kind of alternatives were here. But Goku kind of forcing him to have an accelerated character development. So yeah. So with this, Goku honestly first they train for a few months as Bulma gets the ship ready. As Goku just told her no rush. He wants to actually train up Vegeta's body to compare to the rest of the Z fighters. So they're all stronger than him, besides Gohan in base form. Gohan spent time practicing Shazam, not base. So, yeah. So they're all roughly around Great Ape Nappa level. Piccolo, they're all closing on Piccolo, who's been training the Shazam form as well, but they don't really care about anyone closing in on them. But Goku eventually decided to make Vegeta, kind of his, I would say, rival. As he bestowed basically, he bestowed Vegeta basically the power of Zeus, the most powerful ability that he has. Making Vegeta Black Adam. But this time Black Adam is more of a good guy than an anti-hero, so to say. He's kind of just Goku's... Yeah, basically just... Goku's good, Vegeta's not as good, but he's good. So yeah. Once Bulma had said the ship is ready, and as she's just sure to go with them, Goku's told to stay behind. Just why this Goku says that he knows she's pregnant, but he's not willing to risk her. As this and Bulma just smirks, saying, "I'm saying that I knew I couldn't hide it." The Bulma is pregnant Goku's new child, Goten. So yeah. Note this, they all get in the pod, and Goku just tells all these humans get in this pod. It's a lot bigger than usual. So, they fly from space, with Goku runs piloting it the whole time. But that's what he's doing, is he's meditating for like a whole day. And he's done, he then says, "Alright, we should get to Namek any second now." It's like, it should take us a few days, why 5 seconds? Finally, they should pick up Namek, saying, "Here, we're here. Alright, now we're here." They get out saying that Goku turned the ship into the Rock of Eternity. And that's why he meditated for the whole day. And then soon he told Gohan to stay in the ship for a bit, that Gohan is, Gohan's the one that they can't risk as much, so he's also the one to keep it here. So, yeah. So with this, Gohan stays on the ship, and Goku would just go and, as he goes, he would just, I would say, well, he's able to convince everyone to give them Dragon Balls just pretty easily. So yeah. But then she approached Guru. Guru already smiled at, because Goku has a bit of telepathic abilities, we know this. He kind of just talked to Guru through telepathy to get him to get here earlier. Then eventually when he told Gohan that Gohan can come here, Gohan has 24 hours to get here. Gohan arrived, and then eventually, well, everyone had the potential unlocked. Besides Goku. Goku didn't need that. The man is already 6 billion in base. There's no need for that. So yeah. Well, eventually we should go on to basically just free the Frieza Force arriving. Gohan was already ready, with someone right next to him, being, well, Yamcha. Yamcha's roughly around 40,000 exactly. Then we go and hold out one hand to see the whole Frieza Force, let out one Ki Blast, and then completely search the whole force, maybe besides Frieza. But yeah, so Frieza would just land, panting as kind of attack that was. As Frieza is actually right here in his third form. Or, pretty sure it is. You should check this real quick. Frieza arrived in his third form, panting as he had barely tanked Gohan's blast. Well, Gohan and Yamcha's blast. He barely tanked it, as he's actually just has a bit of blood coming from his face. Seeing that was a child and some random human, Frieza had a Gara moment where he's like, "My blood, it's my blood," and he's just panicking. But then Vegeta arrived, saying, "Frieza, you're panicking over a little bit of spilled blood, aren't you?" Then suddenly, well, Piccolo walked up next to him. Piccolo and Vegeta trained in the chamber that the ship had. The ball is a bit smarter than canon because of Goku. So this chamber is enough to fit 2 people, and Piccolo and Vegeta trained there the whole day. So that's why no one else is as strong as they are in canon, or at least they would be, but they had potential unlocked as well. Yamcha's roughly around 85,000. Gohan didn't have some potential unlocked, but he's roughly around 2 million in 2 million Shazam form now. That's all I'll say right now. 2 million Shazam compared to his 1.3 million, but still. Frieza barely tanked that blast. Like, he just buffed up in this form and everything. Like, he didn't go find a form yet just to make sure that it wasn't a lucky blast. But yeah. So yeah. So, Goku basically ended up, well, not Goku. Vegeta and Piccolo just, well, they kind of shoot into Shazam forms, or, well, Vegeta kind of calls his form, Black Shazam. Then, well, Piccolo calls his form Vegeta Black. So, yeah. Vegeta kind of is adopting the name Vegeta Black. So Vegeta shoots into Vegeta Black, and Piccolo shoots into Shazam form, being that he calls Super Namekian. So, in Super Namekian, Piccolo basically just stares down Frieza, and in Vegeta Black, well, Vegeta stares down Frieza. Frieza, well, does that. Vegeta, roughly around, well, long story short, Vegeta is around 4 million now, and then Piccolo's around 6 million, so add 100 to that and see what happens. Well, not even 180, but that's still greater than Super Saiyan 1 multiplier. So they kind of just beat down Frieza, just both. They just both team up and just beat down Frieza in any form he goes into. Leaving there's no time for the Ginyu Force to arrive. These two combined, they're able to finish off the job relatively just because they know, not because they know, just because they want to. They both use a combined blast and completely and utterly kill Frieza. So Frieza isn't coming back as Mecha Frieza. The only Frieza Force was wiped out by Yamcha and Gohan. So, yeah. So now with this, we should go past this on to going to Earth, like Goku would head to Yardrat instead, as he knows about their techniques. And some of them are able to speak, I guess, well, somewhat Earth languages, the main one being English, or Japanese. So, well, Japanese, so to say, but we'll go to English because I'm saying this in English. So, Goku eventually gets started speaking Yardratian until eventually he will speak English. And he considers that some of them knew English. And he decided to actually train with them, but he also ended up basically strengthening in power, well, not strengthening in power a lot faster than they thought he would. Where he even mastered spirit control. So, the man's strong. Goku does actually neglect training his base form, instead of how he did in instead of kind of doing how he did on Earth, where he trained for 200 days in the time chamber, 200 total days, taking out 165 to go eat and drink and use the bathroom and everything, instead of keeping food in there a lot. Well, yeah, but Goku been around 6.5 billion in base, so the man can still one-tap salvage even worse than usual. So yeah. Also, Jiro's whole thing that follows the Z fighters and absorbs their DNA and everything. They can barely get any Goku's DNA effect that man emits like an electrical field 24/7 because he felt Jiro's thing coming at him one time and destroyed it. So Jiro has very little of Goku's DNA at the point where its cell can't even be made with Goku's DNA on a useful level. At the best, what little DNA it has, it can give off Goku's intelligence, and that's about it. Not even his power, just intelligence. There's all cell got from Goku, but he's everyone else's DNA on a good level. So yeah. But yeah, when it comes to androids, when they attack, they're a bit stronger, roughly 500 million. But Goku's stronger than that in base form. So android attack isn't like isn't even wearing he's even wearing, I would say, I don't even know wearing a gi. He doesn't really wear a gi anymore. It's just like a white tank top and then these lavender pants with like sandals on, like he's a farmer the whole time or working at the gym. So when they attack, and each blocks with their attacks and just throws them around like it's nothing. But when you caught both androids by the legs and threw them into the air, sky high, they don't play Ki Blast, so they have one chance before it turns into dust. And suddenly another android that's big and blue would go to punch him right in the face. He lets the android punch him, then flicks it through a mountain, saying, you're disrupting my ki, as he just flicks them full force far ahead. But yeah, so it happened to be Android 13, but the humans eventually arrived, Goku arrived a lot faster than them, but Vegeta just arrived, and actually on par with, I say he's on par with Android 17 and 18. Like, Vegeta's roughly around 800 million, and let me check this real quick. In Shazam form, Piccolo's roughly around 1.2 billion, Vegeta's roughly around 800 million Shazam form, making him, 10 million in base. So, him. So, Vegeta's still insanely strong, but he kind of spends time, just training a lot more in base than in his, usual forms. But yeah. But still, on Namek, Vegeta was over 500 million in Shazam, so it's Piccolo. But now with this, we should go on to, I guess when, the androids eventually do kind of just talk about the whole Jiro thing. Goku sent lightning bolt through them at their max capacity, and then they're just dropped to the ground. They're unconscious, and then 13 tries to come back, but Vegeta grabs him by the head and just turns him to dust completely. And with this, Gohan kind of grabs the androids and just flies off to Capsule Corp as Bulma re-engineers them. So yeah, then eventually we have to wait for Cell, and in the meantime they kind of just wait for Cell. Because they kind of just Jiro was killed towards the two androids, but just android 19 in Jiro. They're killed by Goku. Because he found them first, he senses on a larger scale than basically anyone. In the last 2 years, his sensory kind of expanded the whole universe. He can sense basically every little thing going on. I would say imagine having super hearing, but you can hear everything on Earth. It's kind of like what Superman has, kind of Superman super hearing, but he hears every little thing going on Earth and can't turn it off. His sensory ability is just so toned that it doesn't turn off. So yeah, he sensed androids arriving before anyone else did, and just sense their presence, not even their ki, just their presence. So yeah, but he killed them both. First in 19, then traced the road to his lab and tore them in half, and then he released his androids. Then Goku fought the androids, and you know what happened after that. But yeah, but eventually Cell had arrived. Then Goku, when he arrived, he walked out of the pod, saw Goku sitting there right in front of him. He's like, I can fight you. Let me charge up. He was like, no. Oh, so I guess one thing. Why doesn't have the heart virus? Man's good. One gave it to him. He may have just taken it right then and there. Well, he has enough intelligence to not hesitate on taking the medicine. The best way, a small flare up, and that put him 4.5 billion. Still, he's the one stepping Cell in his base form. So yeah. But yeah. So Goku just ended up Cell kind of so Cell they won't charge up. When Cell tried to fight Goku, Cell's a bit stronger in canon, but Goku's blocking him with one finger, how he did the Super Saiyan Trunks. But eventually he kind of just put his finger on Cell's jaw and swiped it full speed that tore off Cell's head. Then he grabbed Cell's head and just fired off a large ki blast that just absorbed Cell's head completely and just destroyed him. But then he turned Cell and threw him right into the sun, letting him sit there. But then if Cell were to try and destroy it, Goku made sure that Cell couldn't, because he's basically invincible in either form he's in now, Base or Shazam. So Cell couldn't escape from this and kind of just turned to ash inside the sun in case he could regenerate his head, which Goku didn't know that he can't. So, yeah. Goku eventually turned back to Earth and kind of just like took a giant breath of fresh air, saying he held his breath for far too long. And at this, well, eventually Trunks into returning with his long hair and looks a bit stronger, actually. We'll eventually hear that Goku kind of took the androids and Bulma re-engineered them to the point where they're good guys now. But yeah. We also sees little Goten walking around and besides Gohan. Then she asks what's going on, and then Goku says, "That's my son Goten, that's my son Gohan." And he says, I know that, but who's Goten? And Goku says, that's me, my Bulma's kid, and that's Chi-Chi's kid, get right there. Trunks almost fainted just from shock, but yeah. But she's kind of just left a little concerned. But then Wolfie's wondering why Trunks is concerned. One thing that we don't know about this Trunks until I'm saying it now, he's a bit younger. A lot younger, actually. Not a lot, but a little bit younger. As well, this Trunks was born, actually probably not even younger, actually. Probably the same age as, well, Goku and Bulma do every day should break up. But, well, Goku kind of breaks up with Chi-Chi and, and Bulma. But also, he can spend this time training all Z fighters to their max capacity, but also using the Rock of Eternity to travel across any realm he can. Actually, just through a search of, just through wanting to search through everything, he kind of stopped dating Bulma, or kind of just divorced them both. Yeah, so this Jay-Sensei will marry Bulma, and then they have Trunks. So, yeah. Trunks isn't actually any different age. Or actually, no, if he's wrong, he'd be like 2 years younger, I believe. Yeah, I'd put him like 2 years younger, so, yeah. But yeah, so we should go on now to basically just Goku, and we kind of arrived in Shin's realm, and kind of settled down there, so you realize how strong these two were. This he's never bothered it. Think of this as my alien planet until he actually saw what they look like, because they're not aliens. They look pretty dripped out, so, yeah. He stopped here, he basically fighting the two of them, because they're questioning why he's here, but he fights them both, and he's in his base form, keep in mind. But, well, just because he kind of made the Rock of Eternity, there's no determination whether he can or can't fly, no matter what form he's in, but, yeah. As he fights these two, eventually he beat them both. But, still, they offer him Z-Sword, he trains with it, and he's already a good swordsman. But soon he kind of just slam the sword on the ground, breaking it. So he's doing it until Elder Kai emerged, and then, offered Goku the whole, unlock your potential. But Goku's like, no, that doesn't matter, actually. Goku would take it because he's not Super Saiyan, because he doesn't want Super Saiyan. Or actually, I can see him having it, but not wanting it. Or not wanting to use it, so, yeah, he accepts this. So then he goes into Shazam form, his power is even stronger, so. Goku's roughly around 3.2 trillion now in his base form, so his Shazam form is just times another 100, put him at 320 million. Not 220 trillion, so the man is still strong. But yeah, so now at this point you can just go on past this now to just years passing. Where's the next tournament? Goku somewhere stops to say hi to basically everyone else. So he basically here you meet Trunks, as the Vegeta and Bulma are married, but doesn't really care. He's out to Gohan and Chi-Chi, and then to Goten as well, and the Z Fighters. Also see how strong they all are. They're roughly about they're all at the level they are in Tournament of Power, maybe besides Gohan and Vegeta. So, yeah. The only two aren't the level they are in the Tournament of Power because they don't have God training, but they're still godly in power. Well, Goku, Piccolo, and Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Gohan. They're strong. They're not as strong as they're in Tournament of Power because they don't have godly training, but they are just still godly beings, so to say. Goku would actually kind of put his hand like Goten's back before the bullet was throwing him powers of Shazam. So, yeah. Powers of Shazam that he would basically give Goten I'd probably give him basically I would give him Speed of Mercury. So, yeah. So, Gohan, Courage of Achilles, Vegeta, Power of Zeus, Piccolo, Wisdom of Solomon, and now, Goten, Speed of Mercury. So, yeah. Goku's officially 230 million times faster than light now, so the man moves in, quintillions. Like a quintillion miles an hour. But yeah. Now here, Goku's kind of just first he brought Shin Kibito with him, and they kind of talk about Goku and the whole the whole Majin Buu thing. Goku had immediately basically just found Babidi's ship as he can sense on a really high scale, grabbed the egg and flew off into space with it. Just flew off into space at max speed as Dabura was on the ground with the hole in stomach from Goku hitting him so hard and so fast. But eventually he kind of went to a just a vacant galaxy. There's no life here. Goku then charged with Giant Ki Blast as he kind of went to the outskirts of the galaxy. Artificially so strong. He lets this galaxy basically just will turn to dust by Goku. Which with that, well, Boo's egg is completely destroyed at this point. Goku destroyed Boo's egg. So yeah. So with like this galaxy destroyed, well, yeah. Now we should go past that on to just, I would say, hmm, hmm. So yeah. I could probably say that we can just go on now to just the Beerus arc, because well, there's not much else to happen here. Goku currently had been actually gotten the ability to actually unlock the potential of his latent destroyer and God Key. Like right as Beerus asks for Super Saiyan God, Goku's already in Shazam form, just ready to fight Beerus. He was on Earth's almost birthday. And as Beerus like asks for Super Saiyan God, Goku yelled Shazam as lightning bolt hit his chest and it was purple, like Goku had hoped it to be. Lightning bolt in his chest, then turned purple, and Goku, well, kind of turning into, well, what seemed like to be basically just, well, godly Shazam. So yeah. So what kind of happened here is Goku's, well, 110 times multiplier kind of increased to 150 times multiplier, which got him a lot stronger. And he's still 3.2 trillion, so let me check this real quick. Actually, I can see God Key and Destroyer Key both coming out, but both of them giving Goku a bigger multiplier. So Goku's put the same power he is in Super Saiyan God, it's just doesn't look like he changed any amount. So when Beerus fighting, Beerus doesn't admit that Goku gave him an extremely good fight. So yeah, this Goku says that Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, and Goten both have the same potential to give him a good fight as well. It's just that he would have a bigger multiplier because he's the originator of this power, or quote unquote originator. And well, we actually fact check this. So yeah. But then when we started basically give them all to go to basically like when we said help them go to like Beerus' realm, Goku kind of guess where they came from where they originating in the universe or in their part of the galaxy. He kind of just hopped in the rocket train, telling them all get in here, it's faster. At least that's possible, but Goku just said, just watch. You're gonna be meditating before, well, they can be transferring through realms. You have to pass through Hell, then Shin's, and now they're up in Beerus' realm. They get out, and Beerus was honestly just impressed. So yeah. So Goku says like, they can't leave that thing for more than 24 hours, or else they'll have to rebuild it. And says it's made of pure magic energy and ki. So yeah. But after this, well, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Goten all train for they can't train for longer than a day. But Goku eventually just will unlock his God Ki to his full potential. Kind of turning the lightning bolt on his chest red, along with kind of like a suit, but a darker form of red. Until eventually it turned blue, symbolizing Super Saiyan Blue. So, yeah. As it turned blue, well, that's when Goku kind of thought he reached his peak of power until he learned to basically kind of master his godly ki. Occasionally in fights with Beerus, it will turn purple, but that's about it. We see him kind of acknowledge power as like the first 3 destroyers, which Beerus was shocked by. So this one Goku takes on has the potential to basically be on the level of, well, 3 destroyers. So yeah. Now with this, we should go on to basically just, well, I would say probably, well, no matter what, any arc that Goku goes in, he's slamming. It's kind of just the best way to say it. Pause. So I guess we want to go into Universe 6 Saga, or actually no, Resurrection F. But that's not really an arc, it's literally just, like, Goten stays on Earth a bit longer than Gohan does, but Goten can literally arrive in space from one tap Frieza, no matter what form he is in, besides Golden Frieza maybe, but Goten wouldn't let him go that far. Like, Goten literally arrives, tears Frieza into pieces, and then turns him to ash. That's all that happens. And these being stronger than they are, they're all stronger than they were in the tournament of power. Well, the Frieza Force is literally just no diffed by them. Like, it was not funny. They are no diffed beyond belief. So yeah. Now with this they leave, and then we'll go into the Universe 6 Saga. In this saga, Champa arrives, seeing a being wearing this weird suit, fighting as Beerus. The fight seems to be a bit more like an equal sparring match than an actual fight. Champa went in to actually go in for a punch, when we grabbed by his tail, and then thrown straight into the ground full force, and then hit the giant electric ki blast. That's when Goku kind of just called this, just the Divine Kamehameha. The Divine Kamehameha, because the fact that it was red, covered in red lightning, which can symbolize that it was a God Ki infused Kamehameha. But also Shazam infused Kamehameha. So yeah. Somebody actually didn't die from this blast, but he is obviously kind of roughed up from this. And we tells about what this form is. and how it originated. Goku and Champa kind of just fight a bit. Goku seems to be closer in power to Champa than basically anyone else. When this is going to show Goku's powers that he's closing in on Champa levels, but that's about it. But then with this, Champa would not want to have the tournament, but Goku says he'll clear it all in his base form. So Goku in base form is stronger than basically anyone thinks. Like, a lot stronger than anyone thinks. So yeah, because the multiplier to basically get him from 3.2 trillion to Super Saiyan God before it's over 1,000, and he kind of ups that multiplier. So Shazam form stronger than basically anything else right now. Like, this multiplier is higher than the actual Super Saiyan Blue multiplier. Like, it's even beyond anything else. So yeah. But yeah. But yeah, so with this, Goku basically just began fighting against, well, basically anyone from the Universe 6 tournament, even Champa, not Champa, Kaba. As he fights Kaba, well, he can just told Kaba about Super Saiyan, but tells Kaba he doesn't even use it because, well, he has a better form than that. Kaba asks to maintain, but Goku says, well, he'll talk to Kaba when this is done, because he can't really give Kaba this power in the middle of a tournament, or else, well, he'll be helping his opponent. Because he can't pass this form down. But Kaba cannot pass it down himself, or else, well, he'll lose the form himself. But yeah. But Goku kind of helped Kaba kind of become Super Saiyan was, and even hypnotized Kaba to give him somewhat an illusion of it. And actually doesn't unlock Kaba's Super Saiyan 1 after Goku didn't realize how soft Kaba actually is. Like, he didn't realize how soft Kaba is, and then eventually, well, yeah. So, we can just go on to probably, I would say, maybe, well, it's the hit battle, but Goku stronger than he was in this tournament, even with Super Saiyan Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. So, him and hit seem to be a bit more relative in power than anything else. But Goku just holding back so he doesn't destroy the whole arena. But after it's beaten, Goku has like one tiny scratch. But she still said that he'll have to tell him how to do the whole, like, what was it? Oh yeah, the whole time skip thing. So yeah. So now with this, we go on to basically just, well, I guess when the tournament's over, so like before the Goku Black arc, but after Universe 6 Saga, Goku kind of trained his egg to travel across universes. He thought that's easier than traveling across realms, but he was used to doing realms, so yeah. So yeah. So Goku kind of traveled to Universe 6, went there, and trains Kaba, but also Kaba would she wanted to train with Kale and Khalifa as well. And Goku kind of helps them all train as they even go Super Saiyan, but Goku's still manhandling them without even going Super Saiyan. He even helped Kale draw upon her powers, he even learned how to unlock potential. So yeah. So eventually with this, well, eventually he'd beaten them both. Not beaten them both, couldn't beat all three of them, even with Kale going Berserker. But on time for Goku Black Arc, eventually decided to return. But, you know. But Kaba's in Super Saiyan 3 now. Okay, Khalifa's in Super Saiyan 2. And, well, Kale's in a Master Berserker form. So Kaba's Super Saiyan 3 form kind of makes him a bit buffer and taller. His muscle stature and height is on par with, like, Berserker Kale. Like, Goku encouraged Kaba to basically just enhance his frail form, usually. Like, yeah, so Kaba just, like, his Super Saiyan 3 form is, like, on par with Kale's Berserker buff form. So, yeah. And Goku encouraged Khalifa to master her form, unlike Kaba did. So Kaba wants to progress, then master. So yeah. So now with this, we should go on now to the Goku Black Arc. But, well, they don't know how to use Shazam, as Goku didn't use Shazam. Like, they were not told how to use Shazam, and, well, I'm trying to tell them about Shazam. Like, he mentioned it even until basically, and don't mention Shazam at all to them, or else we're all dead. And even our one chance to help would be dead at this point, I guarantee it. So yeah, so with no Goku Black not even knowing how to use Shazam, Goku used Shazam and then one-tapped him out of existence. Like, hit him so hard that the universe almost destroyed with his attack. So yeah, but Goku is still somewhat withstand it without Whis. So, yeah. Goku Black is killed off this one attack, and they travel through the Time Ring's portal by taking Time Ring. But then they appear in front of Zamasu. Then, well, Goku decided to basically just, well, with the abilities of Kami, because he does learn all those abilities when he's younger, he basically made abilities to use Mafuba, and just, not made it, but made all the uses of Mafuba, then sealed away just Zamasu. It wasn't too hard. He knows all the the yards at, so clone distract him while he uses his ability. So yeah. Pause. So a clone tried to distract Zamasu, but then Goku just heals him with the Mafuba. So yeah. Then with Beerus just kind of just hide it out of existence, which hide Zamasu. So yep, there goes Zamasu. This arc ended in the span of roughly around 30 minutes. Not even 30 minutes, probably around 10 at the most. Goku discovering Zamasu's immortality and testing it. So yeah. Trunks was ashamed of how easily Goku ended this arc. So well, Goku kind of went around creating Dragon Balls. He has all the abilities of Kami, including creating Dragon Balls, so that's how he does it. Just, he does. Created Dragon Balls for this planet, they can grant 3 wishes that are extremely more powerful than Namex. Which I can see anyone that died of Goku Black, or anyone that died in the last, like, anyone that died from, well, they died from the androids to here. So anyone who survived in the planet's rebuilt, and, well, any mortals that died to Zamasu in this universe are revived as well. Allowing Whis to actually come back when Beerus is alive, and then Beerus is like, cool. Yeah, then Goku just tells him that he transformed by Beerus from the other universe, and it's this Beerus, and this Beerus actually loses. So, yeah. And then Goku kind of just told them to, well, train Trunks, and then he left. Then for this, I'm almost after this arc, honestly. Hold up, let me check. It's Tournament Power, but Goku and Solo literally everything Tournament Power. Maybe besides Jiren. Him and Jiren would probably be equals, I would say. So Goku ups his training a lot. So yeah, he up his training once he feels it's getting too easy. The point where he's rivaling Beerus. So yeah, not rivaling Beerus in his base form, but in Shazam form, Beerus and him are basically exact equals, and that's Goku not even using Destroyer Ki yet. He more or less uses Destroyer Ki in his base form more of the time. So yeah. In his base form, he's not as strong as Beerus is. The fact he hasn't mastered Destroyer Ki, but still knows how to use it. The best Jiren going all out is going to be able to Destroyer Ki Goku, and that's about it. That's just how strong he is in his base form. At that point, it's not even worth scaling anymore. All I know he knows that there's a beyond 1,000 times multiplier in Shazam form, which puts him basically above gods. So yeah. So in the Tournament Power, that still happens. There's no deadly cost. Just when he fights Topo for the exam and for the preliminary thing. He beats up Topo with literally one hand, not even looking at him. Topo's like turn around and fight me, you coward. Goku's using one hand to slap him away and then throw him to the ground and then almost kill him. But then we go into the real Tournament Power where Goku would basically clear out anyone in his way, like the trio of danger. They'll attack him. He's like a burst of ki, finding them off all 3 across the ring and knocking them out. And he attacked all of Universe 9, and the second that he attacked them, they're all out of the ring. The whole Universe 7 team is wiping out Universe left and right by themselves. Like Gohan which wiped out most of the Pride Troopers in his base form. Even Krillin wiped out a whole universe single-handedly. Even Roshi did. Like they're wiping out universes left and right by themselves. To the point where it's all their team left besides Jiren and Topo. So all that's left in this tournament: Jiren, Topo, and I would say probably Berserker Kefla. Like Berserker Kefla, Hit, and Jiren and Topo. So like 5 people left besides all of Universe 7. This Goku says that they're taking all out in one blast, as he's still in his base form. Basically a giant Hakai, then they combine it with their attacking fires basically at their half of the ring, completely incinerating everyone else. Not even incinerating, just making them all fall down with no other choice left. Besides maybe flight, and that's it. So yeah. So with this, everyone else just loses by default. Universe 7 is their wish, but Goku's wish is, I would say, So, what would their wish be? There's nothing that they want. There's nothing more worthwhile to wish for. No, there's no deadly cost. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that wish could be. Goku to Zeno, you wish for something, and then I was like, I wish for a friend that could play me on even terms, and Zeno gets basically another Zeno, just not as powerful as him, but more, but like I guess it could be as powerful as him. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Now with this, we can just go on now to, I would say, maybe going down maybe to Goku. Well, yes, the Moro arc, but Goku's a really powerful, like, he's the most powerful magic user yet. He travels across realms for fun to learn things. Like, learned everything he could. He could from Shinkabi to an Elder Kai, everything he could from Hell, and now everything he could from Beerus. Maybe besides Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct. So yeah, Moro was basically just a magical rival, and that's about it. And Goku still slammed Moro down using magic. So yeah, like it was a sheer magic battle, and Goku still beat Moro, and he still doesn't use Shazam form as often. Just yeah, Moro was defeated. Just through a sheer magic battle, Goku beat Moro. And then now past this arc, it would probably be Granola, but Granola was the universe. Like, sorry, no one actually top the actual strongest. But then, well, we should go on now to, well, Granola trying to fight Goku, but Goku has mastered his destroyer abilities now because he's had them for a few years. So like he's had them longer than Ultra Ego Vegeta, that's for sure. But then he also can use Ultra Instinct because he's basically invulnerable. But then Vegeta still has Ultra Ego as well. So yeah. So these two combined honestly just go all out using destroyer abilities against Granola, and they kill him. So yeah. They don't kill him, they'll probably just beat him up. But then when Gas would try to the wish, Goku just destroys the Dragon Balls right in front of them. Which makes Gas pretty angry. He tries to fight Goku, but Goku just tears Gas in half and throws him to the ground. Like, just grabbed Gas, like, right as his shirt and tore him off, tore the upper half off that easily. So Gas is dead, and he kills the whole group of heaters. Then, I guess what's going on for this, he beats Beerus. Then comes Destroyer. But then his two sons and his best friends are, well, not all his best friends, but, well, his two sons and his two rivals are basically immortal. So, yeah. This arc isn't, this story was kind of just easy for Goku. His base form was enough to solo most of the series. So, yeah. But we can probably end this part here. Not part of this what if here. If you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe for more. Adios.